Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at the charts for Bitcoin and the equities markets, remember this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Also, I would really appreciate it if you could help spread my easy to understand analysis out into the world by smashing the like, ringing my bell, hitting subscribe, and leaving comments or questions in the comment section. That way I'll know what you're thinking about or what's on your mind. And also it helps the YouTube algorithm to spread the analysis around to help others stay informed and make better decisions. So with that, let's dive into the charts. Here's the, let me get my mouse pointer highlighter on. Crypto market, blood red. It's pretty bad today. Bitcoin actually this is a snapshot, but it just dropped to close to 29, well, it was around 29.1K again. So pretty blood red, really tough. Luna bounced as low as 0.70 or 70 cents this morning and came back up and then dropped back down again, but it's not back to 70 cents yet. ADA's at 53 cents. It's been a while since I saw ADA at 53 cents. So rough day. AVAX tanked hard. So yeah, really rough day. But we still haven't reached that capitulation yet. So, oh, wow. All right, let's dig into the market cap here. When I look at this market cap every day, multiple times a day, but sometimes I look at it and then I don't think much of it, and then I look at it again, I'm like, WTF? Like, what? Not too long ago we were at $2 trillion, and now we are at $1.27 trillion. Crazy. 11.39% drop in the market. That's how much outflow, how much money came out of the crypto market. Bitcoin, and recently I was kind of like teasing at the fact that we dropped below $600 billion, and now we're at $560 billion. Just a lot of craziness. And if you notice, UST is no longer up in here. It's way down. It's like way down. Oh my goodness. Okay. The equities market this morning actually looked better than it is right now. And tech sector, just blood red in this area right here. That's a lot of tech companies. Nvidia dropped negative 5.24%, Apple down 5.37%, Microsoft down 3.60%, Amazon down almost 3%, Tesla down 8.64%. Crazy. Oh my gosh. Consumer defensive. It's a little bit better. It's a mix of muted, some red, some greens here. Financials, kind of muted. Reds and mostly red muted. Healthcare, muted red to bright red. Industrials, mix more red and to muted red than greens. Real estate is kind of mixed. Energy is the only one that's a bright spot in the day, and they're predominantly green here. Utilities, muted green. Basic materials, pretty muted. A mix of reds and greens and some muted colors. So yeah, really rough day for the equities market too. So because this area right here, it recovered in the morning and then tanked in the afternoon, and when it tanked, it pulled Bitcoin down, and the crypto market down even more. So let's take a look at the trading view chart, 30-minute time frame. U.S. markets on the left, middle is the European and Stock 600. On the right side here is the Australian and Asian markets. On the far right is the watch list. So let's go through it. Nasdaq index down 3.306. SPX, S&P 500 is down 1.65. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 1.02%. VIX Volatility Index is in the extreme volatile area, 32.5, and that's down from 1.45. Just oh my gosh, Dixie it's at 104.04. That's on the high side, and that's up 12 basis points. U.S. 10-year yield is down 2.34% at 2.927, and you can see Tesla, Apple, Netflix all down like big like 5% and above. U.S. crude oil popped back up $105 per barrel. That's up 6.23. Come on, oil. We don't need you to go high. Go down. Well, interesting here. Gold and silver all up. Gold is up 79 basis points. Silver's up 1.46%, and so that's telling me that it's you can see that tech stocks down, Bitcoin down, gold is up, silver is up. It's risk off. It's very much a risk off environment. Let's take a look at the currencies here. Euro is weaker than the dollar by 13 basis points. The pound is weaker than the dollar by 56 basis points, and the dollar is weaker than the yen at 30 basis points. So dollar is holding up somewhat, but weaker than the yen. And here's Bitcoin's current price right here. So let's take a look at Bitcoin since yesterday. Yesterday till this morning, Bitcoin chopped sideways. It dropped before the market opened today in the US, and then popped back up just after the market opened and then tanked. Okay, so let's take a look at the positive correlation between Bitcoin and Nasdaq and S&P 500. What happened here? So Nasdaq opened, and it opened relatively to where it was yesterday, and then it dropped right here. SPX, same thing, open, dropped. Dow, open, dropped. So positive correlation is there. So the market de-risked today, big time, de-risk. It dropped into gold and the dollar. That's basically what happened today. They sold, bought gold, and then kept the dollar. So Dixie here, let's take a look at the negative correlation between the Dixie and Bitcoin, and therefore a negative correlation with Nasdaq and SPX. So before the market opened, Bitcoin dropped, Dixie went up, right? And then right at the market opening, Bitcoin increased, Dixie dropped. After the market opened, Bitcoin dropped, Dixie went up. It's highly negatively correlated, so very much so. Here's the U.S. 10-year yield here. Before the market opened, the yield pumped, and then as the market opened, it dropped. So, the yield dropped when price increased. So right up here, yield increased. People bought the bonds, and then as they bought, demand increased, price increased, yield drops. All right. So not a good day for the U.S. market. Dixie strong. For those greenback dollar haters, hey, there's a good time for the greenback, Don't be hating the dollar. Okay, let's go over to the UK 100 index here. So it's been increasing since yesterday slightly. U.S. market open tanked, and then the DAX here doing something different. DAX basically, as when the U.S. market opened, it went up a little bit, so a bit of recovery there for the DAX. CAC 40 from France is acting very similar to the DAX, and the reason we look at the DAX is because Germany is the biggest European Union economy, and France is the second biggest. That's why I look at them. So those two, they run almost in tandem if you look at their graphs. Let's take a look at the Stochx 600 here. It's moving very similar to the DAX and the CAC 40 here. Before the U.S. market opened, it dropped, and then as the U.S. market opened, it went up. So a little bit of recovery in Europe. Over in Australia, let's see, in their last trading sessions, kind of like slightly up. It's just a bare minimum up. Same thing with the Nikkei and Nikkei 225, just barely up, recovering. But notice they're still in the bottom range on the 7-day. Same thing with the Nikkei 225, but even though it's doing a little bit better on the 7-day. The KOSPI from Hong Kong, pretty much just barely blipping, just sideways in the last trading. 7 days, still in the lower half. HSI from Hong Kong, it went up and then dropped down slightly. Still in the lower half of in the bottom range of the 7-day. CSI 300, let's see, it's been recovering in the last 48 hours, but in their in the second half of their trading session, they went down. So you can see very similar between HSI and CSI 300, and they both move very similar, but more pronounced with the Shanghai CSI 300. So what do we see over here? Basically, little sideways movement and a little bit of recovery in China. So overall, I think it's very much U.S. market down, European market slight recovery, and China it's slight recovery in the dip, so they kind of returned to where they were. So Asia market in Australia is kind of mostly sideways, I would say. Mostly sideways. So it's still take it as a whole, slightly down over here in the U.S. and the Asian Australian market, but yet we got a bit of recovery over in Germany and France, and the rest are kind of choppy sideways, if you will. And that's it. And that's it for the trend analysis for Bitcoin and the equities markets around the world. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did and you want to help me spread my analysis out to the world, please smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section. I do my best to reply to them, but I don't always get to all of them. So with that, I will see you in the next video where I analyze the macro news in the world that may impact our markets. Peace. See you then.